out again. It's a redskin.
Hello guys. My name is Toya and I am Black Love by Design. I want to thank you guys so much for even caring about my little family. Thank you so much for all the love and all the kind gestures of kind words that you've been leaving. Thank you to everyone who reached out to me on Instagram and left me questions that you wanted to know about my family. We had no idea that anyone was even going to care or that it would be this big. So thank you so much. The people who left these questions on my Instagram, I wrote them down on this paper over here so that I can answer those questions. And so that's what today is going to be about. If you haven't heard from the title, we are going to do a Q&A with myself about my little family. And then we're going to go and also to get an update with my husband about about his bike that you guys have been asking about. So if you have not, go ahead and like and subscribe, and we'll keep coming with videos. Yeah, we started this just because I wanted to do something different, get out of my comfort zone, just be a little bit more, I guess, secure, just being in front of the camera and being okay with regular beauty, without the extra, the filters and things like that. So that's why I'm here. So hopefully you like it and you can continue to support. I would greatly appreciate it. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the questions. Oh, and before we get started, if you don't know, I do have two children. I have a 4-year-old and a 6-month-old. So if you hear them in the background, just know that's what it is. We're just a normal family trying to figure this, different ways to do stuff. And so we just decided to do a YouTube channel. But we are as down to earth and as normal as it comes. So if you hear them, that's what it is. I haven't figured out how to do all the editing stuff yet completely, so bear with me. But anyway, let's jump into it. So the first question that you guys had was, how did my husband and I meet? And so let's talk about that. My husband and I met on a site called POF. I don't know if you are familiar with it, but it's called Plenty of Fish. We met on there. We talked on there for 6+ months. And finally he was like, so when are we gonna meet? I was skeptical, one, because we were talking online. That was number one. The second skeptical was I was in a place where I was still trying to get myself together and heal. And so hearing like long-term words were kind of like scary for me at that time. But he was very patient and so loving and caring that I tried to ease my way into it. And we met up. He texted me and was like, let's meet up. And one of my favorite places is Starbucks. And so we met at Starbucks that wasn't far from my house at the time. And we sat out there and we talked for hours. And from that day until this day, we have literally never been apart. And we've been together ever since that meeting at Starbucks. We got married. We had 2 children together, and he has a son before me. And so that's our little family. And I wouldn't change it for the world. Like, I tell people all the time, I really believe that this man was designed for me, to love me. Like, I couldn't see life with absolutely anybody else. So, but that's how we met, and that's our little love story. The next question is, what do you guys do for a living? So, I can't get into detail about what my husband does, but he is an engineer. That's really all I can say. But myself, I have the leisure of not having to, to have to work. My husband gives me that leisure to not have to actually to work. But before I had that leisure, I was I worked in trucking and transportation for about 15 years. And then I started my own trucking company, which is still up and going. And I also teach people how to get into the industry, like how to become a carrier, how to become a carrier, how to become a broker. If you want to learn how to dispatch, I teach you all those things. I'm coming down from that, and I've started to craft. I love crafting, and so I started doing that. So like I make stuff like, if you tell I'm in my office now, I make stuff like this. Can you see that? Stuff like this. I make t-shirts. Oh, this says Black love is necessary. So I make t-shirts and hoodies. Anything you think of, I can do. I make it. That's what I do. So that's my little rundown of what we do. I already told you how many kids we have, which someone asked. Yep, I said that just now. Let's see. Why did I buy him a bike? I bought him a bike. Well, that's a weird question. But I bought him a bike because I wanted to. And he's amazing, so why not? And as well, my husband has a hard time buying himself things because he wants to do for everybody else before he does for himself. And like I have to like sneak and buy him stuff for him to even take it, or I have to go out. Like if I hear him talk about something, I have to go ahead and buy it, because if he sees the price, he's not gonna buy it because he feels like it can go to other things, or it can go to me. Like that's the kind of person that he is. He thinks about everybody else before he thinks of himself. So the bike was a no-brainer because he deserves it. He works so hard. I mean, he is such a hard-working dude. Like he works hard, and he takes care of our family. So it was only right to make sure that he's known that he's appreciated. And I tell people all the time, like, I believe like our men need to know that, because we're in a society or a world where people don't see. And let me say this is not to say other races of men aren't wonderful and great, but I'm talking about our men, Black men. And sometimes we're in places where Black men aren't always seen, and if they are seen, they're not seen in a good light, or they're not heard. And so I just want him to know that I see him, I hear him, and I appreciate him. And so that's why. And again, all of the men are wonderful too, but I'm married to a Black man, and society is not as loving to him as, you know, it could be. So I just like to show him in-house how that should be. Let's see. The other question is, so somebody says, so I mentioned in my previous video, which is why we are here, is you saw the video of me surprising him with the bike. And in that video, I mentioned about, thank you for making my submission to you safe. And so someone asked, how did I decide that to submit or be submissive or to him? And so I feel that submission is very scary and it's hard, because it's meaning that you're trusting someone with a lot, with everything, with your life per se, you know. And so I get why some people might be skeptical of it, but why I say it's safe is because there are people who submit to people and they don't make it safe. It becomes scary because the person that they're submitting to don't know how to lead. And sometimes people think of being submissive as controlling, and that's not it at all. If you have the right one. Now, I'm not saying going out here and, you know, being submissive to, you know, Tyrone and JoJo and them. I'm not saying that, because if they're not able to lead, then they can't lead you anywhere, and they can't lead you to something positive or something good if they don't know how to lead, or if they can't even lead themselves. So I'm not talking about them. So don't be going out there trying to, you know, do all the extraness with, you know, someone who you know cannot give that to you. So don't do that. But also with women, I think sometimes we get a bad notation that submission means that you still can't be independent, and that's not what that means. You can still be independent and still be submissive to the man that you're with, if he is what he needs to be submissive to. If he's a great leader, if he's shown himself approved of making sure that you guys are good and making sure that you guys are well taken care of. There's nothing that my husband can say that to be like, okay, well, hey, I think I want to do this business plan, or let's do this, that I'm going to be like, I don't think you can do that. No, because I trust him. And he has shown that I can trust him with whatever it is that we have going on. And even if we might fail at something, we're doing it together. And so it'll still be fine. So that's where the trust comes in at. I trust him to lead. I feel that I know that whatever he does, he's going to make sure that we're going to be okay regardless. And that's the point of the submission that makes it safe within you, especially a woman who had to do it by herself for so many years, and then bringing someone else in. Like, I had to know that me submitting to him was going to be something that was going to be safe for me. Yeah. So, and I also feel like when you respect someone, you speak to them differently. You approach them differently. And I think that might be something too, like everybody wants to be the leader in charge and don't want to step back, but you have to sometimes. You have to. And it doesn't make you even any less than what you are by doing so. But I appreciate being able to be delicate, being able to be vulnerable. The same thing with him. Like, I want him to know that his home and where I am is his safe place, and he can be vulnerable, and he can let his cares out. And that's what a man who trusts you will do. You know what I mean? So it's a give and take. But I don't want to get too deep into that. I don't want to bore y'all with that. The next question is, where do we live? So we lived in we've moved around a lot, but we lived in North Carolina before we moved to where we are now, which is in Florida. We've been here, I think almost 7 months. We've been here almost 7 months. And and we're in Florida. It's okay. We're on the Panhandle side, so it's a different vibe, but it's okay. It's okay. It says, what advice, I'm sorry, I couldn't read my own handwriting. What advice would I give people looking to be married or a married couple? Of communication would be one. You have to talk. Effective communication is very important. Not just talking and the other person isn't understanding, because if you're talking and the other person isn't understanding what you're saying, then that means there's not effective communication. So make sure you talk. If you get mad, it's okay. We all get mad. We're human. But you need to talk about it, because you don't want to go on and on for days and just be mad at someone and you guys haven't even talked, because probably you might even forget what you've been mad for. So talk about it. And sometimes it might just be a misunderstanding of an emotion or something. Like, they might have meant it one way, but you might have taken it some way, and now you guys are off balance. So talk. I will also say is that you need to find healing and peace within yourself before you try to go find it within someone else. Make sure that you are complete before you try to go and tell somebody else to love you, because if you don't love you, how can you tell someone else what it takes to require to love you as well? So just make sure that you're okay. I talk to a lot of people, a lot of women who always are saying like, they're with someone, but they still are going through XYZ, and I'm like, and they're putting this burden on to this man, and I'm like, that's not fair. That's not fair to him, because he didn't cause those problems. Now, of course, if you have a man who's willing to go through that pain of process of helping you heal, then that's amazing, but he's not required to. So just remember that, you have to love you first. You have to love you first, because you can't require someone else to love something that you don't even know how to love. Because what happens is, if you are, but being with someone and you're just coping or falling into what they want you to be, that means that you're never being the true version of yourself. You're just changing with every person that you meet, because that's what they want or that's what they like, and you never really are showing the true authentic of yourself. So make sure you get that healing, because marriage is hard. Marriage is hard work, but with the right person, it is an amazing journey. And I smile because you see people who be posting like this, you be like, oh yeah, well that's that social media love. And I say, I am happy to say that I am happy on and off of social media. Like, I truly love this man. He's amazing. And all I can say is that I hope that he feels the same way about me, because I try my best to make sure that, again, I'm his safe place. When the world isn't safe, I'm here. So but anyway, it's a lot of more questions, but I don't want to make this too long. I want to say again, thank you guys so much for caring about my little family, and even being interested in us. Thank you so much. I think I'm gonna call you guys my bro and sister-in-laws. That's what I think I'm gonna call y'all. So thanks to all my bro and sisters-in-laws out there who have commented and left so much love. Thank you so much. You can follow us on Instagram on Black Love by Design. Yeah, any other questions that you have or want to know, let me know. Drop them in the comments as well. I have something else to say. I just drew up a link of what I was going to say. Videos, any videos that you want us to see or do or whatever, let us know. Go check out, I think, 2 videos before where I was pranking him. That was one of the first real videos that we did. He had no idea. Again, we're still trying to figure this thing out, so I just be doing something, just trying to see. And but check it out. It was when I pranked him. I think it's called Welcome and Husband Home or something like that. Go look, check it out, leave a comment. Yeah, so again, thank you so much for following, subscribing, and taking an interest in us. We do truly appreciate it. And hey, sexy chocolate.
What's going on?
People want to know, how do you feel now about the bike? And do you regret getting it? Are you still happy with it?
Love it. We got over about 1,000 miles on it so far. I love it, man. One of the good things about it is it doesn't get hot too quickly. So your groin's not burning up and stuff while you at a red light and stuff like that. It's good on the highway, it's good around town. Excellent gas mileage. Even when gas is at its peak, it's only taking me like $18 to $20 to fill up.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I love it. I commute to work. I try to go different places with it, but
So what do you want to do to it? What do you want to put, like, I guess, extra on it?
Yeah, so this is the Ryker 960 Sport. What I recommend is anybody who's trying to get one, the best thing to do is to just ride it stock, man. Ride it stock for like 500, 600 miles, get a good feel for it, and then start putting your miles on it, because then you'll appreciate your miles better. You know what I'm saying? Instead of buying the bike, then go ahead and having the school mods and then modding your bike out. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wrap it, of course. It's gonna be a sick wrap. I'm gonna put an exhaust on it. I'm gonna upgrade the horn, and that's I might put a windshield deflector up here. I might do that. Whatever I do is gonna be kind of sporty. I've seen people with the big obnoxious windshields. I'm not with it. You know
okay.
What I'm saying? So that's about it. And, our daughter's hanging out the window. So.
She is. Can y'all see her? Yeah. She's like, okay, look, Harry, you see it? Look right there. You see her? That's our kid. We gonna stand beside her. Yeah. Hi, baby girl. Come here. Hi, gorgeous. So, yep, guys. So, this is his baby. Well, one of his babies now. He still loves it. He says that he wouldn't get another one. He still would get the same bike. So, I still did good. Babe, I still did good. All right, guys. Okay, babe, so I just finished doing the recording. So I wanted to end it with asking you, what are the joys of being married? What's the good part about being married?
Well, the best thing about being married is that you get to spend the rest of your life with your best friend all the time.
Yes.
And your kiddos.
Yes.
All right, guys. Well, until next time.
Yes.
Until next time, be gentle with yourself and love yourself just a little bit more. Peace.
It's not a game. It's a rich thing.